bell has gone, and straight away, the first tick on the Nifty is 24,850, 880, 890. Now trying to settle around that level. It's a 250-point cut, 1 percentage point lower on the key indices. Mid-caps are taking a sharper fall. The mid-cap index down 1,000 points at open, 1.6% down. And look at that advanced decline ratio. We've got about 150 stocks advancing for 1,900 stocks declining. That's a terrible advanced decline ratio to begin trade with. It's settling around 24,900. So let's just quickly take stock of some of the big movers and that heat map. Well, it's largely red. It's only 4 Nifty stocks in the green, and it's ONGC right on top. Defense is seeing some buying, BEL. But on the way down, Interglobe Aviation, L&T are the big losers, and they're the ones most exposed to the Middle East tensions. And then there's been across the board broad-based selling. But this 24,850 is an important support level for our markets. We've opened there. Let's see whether we can hold or climb higher.
Take that point, Rima. 24,850 thereabouts, important support zone, because if we break that, then the budget day low comes into picture. India VIX has seen a big surge as expected, up around 11% right from the word go. And as we speak, even in the broader markets, apart from the oil and some of these defense names, so Oil India is doing well. Bharat Dynamics is up around 2%. And a few of these gold financiers. So we have Muthoot Finance, which is marginally higher. And MCX is just about less than 1% higher, perhaps on some commentary coming in from the SEBI chairman. But more or less, it is sharply lower for a lot of these oil marketing companies. IOC, HPCL, BPCL, all of them down between 4 to 5%. Then you have Apollo Tyres, which is down 4% as well. Crude is an important input for tire makers as well. And the IT sell-off continues with some of these mid-cap IT names seeing a bit of sell-off. And then from the exporter names, we do have, some of these logistics players, all cargo logistics and the likes, who do have some exposure to West Asia, are all lower. So by and large, it's just one way, and that is down. 2,100 stocks which are in the red, for about 95 stocks which are in the green on the NSE.
Well, that's right, Mangalam. A few stocks that are gaining because of the spike in crude oil prices. As you mentioned, ONGC, Oil India, HOEC, all three of them, in fact, have opened up in the green. And there are very, very few stocks in the green. So, just highlighting those three names, all of them have moved up close to around 3%. Silver ETFs, if you pull up some of them, all of them, in fact, have gapped up because silver has seen a surge of more than 7% over the weekend. Silver ETFs move up. The only listed play, it will be Hindustan Zinc, in terms of the move in silver prices. So I think Hindustan Zinc as well has opened up with some green or more or less flattish. It's up actually 2% in an otherwise wobbly market. Vedanta, that's more or less flattish. That's down close to 0.5%. But I'll tell you what, it has a double engine playing out there. One is on crude oil prices moving up. They'll gain out there. And besides that, they hold stake in Hindustan Zinc. And Hindustan Zinc itself is up close to around 2%. Muthoot Finance, that's the other name. That's a play on gold prices. Stock has seen a sharp correction from the recent peak. So I think Muthoot Finance as well has opened up with a gain of close to 100%. Had highlighted a couple of these stocks in the morning chart. Let's pull up the defense index, because that one should see some traction in today's trading session, given the kind of news flow that we've seen all across the globe. So that's one of the lone indices that are up close to around 0.5%. The Nifty panic low at the start of trade was close to around 24,500. We're holding around 24,900. The Nifty Bank is down 500 points or thereabouts, and the number of stocks advancing just around 200 stocks or thereabouts. So guys, just one quick point. The first half of March is seasonally a weak, period for the markets. So you'll have a lot of mid and small caps that will get, as it is, see some selling. And now this will be amplified because of geopolitical risk as well. And from a longer term perspective, this period could actually be providing a very good opportunity on individual stocks because of the dual factor that's playing out. One is the seasonal factor. Second part is the geopolitical issue as well. And both of them have a temporary phenomena in nature. So I think that's why we should keep an eye out on that. By the way, RR Cabell, one of those stocks that have a good amount of exposure to the Middle East, it's started off with a sharp downtick, and that dip has quickly got bought into. Only 41,000 shares traded, but that intraday chart should come up for you. Good recovery from the lows.
All right, we take that point. Nigel, the defense stocks now, they are picking pace. We have Paras Defense, which is up higher. Bharat Dynamics is up 2.5% higher. Solar Industry is a word that, a company that Samir did speak about as well. That's about 1.2% higher. Mazagon Dock Ship higher. Hindustan Aeronautics, one which hasn't participated in the recent rally that we saw in the defense names as well, has seen a mild green uptick as well. So that's the one that should come up for you. Barring that, we do have some decline that we're seeing, further decline that we're seeing in a lot of these, infra names as well. So IRB Infra is down about 4.5%. We've seen some decline in Suzlon Energy. That's down about 4% as well. Adani Total Gas, that's the other one, which is down about 4% too. Kalyan Jewellers has some exposure to the Middle East, West Asia as we know it. That's one which is lower by about 3% as well. So we will monitor the market as we move forward. A lot of these stocks which are under pressure. Now the number of stocks which are declining has actually moved higher to 2,400, even though the number of stocks which are advancing has moved slightly higher. So it all depends on whether we go ahead and defend that 24,850 sort of mark. The early trades are telling you that yes, maybe that could be in defense, because we've swiftly jumped about 75 points from those lows, and we are closer to 25,000 than we were at the open. The India VIX too has spiked to around 16%.
All right, just to run through what's happening across the Asian markets. Well, the fall that we're seeing is largely in line with Asia. The Japanese index, Nikkei, is down 1.4%. The Taiwanese market is down about 0.3%, 0.4%. Kospi today is shut for a public holiday, but Hang Seng, that's down about 1.7%. So the fall that we're seeing, 1%, is largely in line with the slide across the Asian markets. Sectorally, the only index which is up in the green is defense, and that's holding strong, picking up pace, 1.5% now. The defense index opened up with a gain of about 0.5%, but now it's adding on some more steam. The Nifty tourism index is the hardest hit. That's got a cut of 2.3%. Small cap index down 1.8%. Realty continues to be the hardest hit, 1.7% lower for the day, 12%, 12.5%, 13% lower since the start of the year. And IT should come up for you on your screen. On Thursday and Friday, we saw a little bit of resilience coming through in the IT stocks. But this morning, in line with the pressure, we've seen the IT index open with a cut of 1.1%.